Thank you, Chris. And again, we do have confirmed, as he was mentioning, that one person was shot. This is from Kern County Sheriff's, taken, airlifted to the hospital. We will have more information. We also know that an ambulance or air medical medevac, thank you, helicopter was called out to Taft, transported one victim to Kern Medical Center. You're taking a look at that video. The helicopter landed at KMC. No word at this hour of the severity of that injury, but we'll be bringing it to you.
And the Sheriff's Department has confirmed that, as we said, one suspect is in custody. They do say that a weapon has been recovered. We have team coverage this morning. Let's go to 23 ABC's Christine Dinh. She is standing by with more. Christine, what can you tell us?
Well, right now, it seems like thousands of parents are swarming the campus, frantically looking for their parents. Now, we spoke to some of them, and they say thanks to cell phones, they were able to get word immediately as to what happened because their child called them directly from the classroom. And we spoke to a father who said he has two children that go here. One of them called his wife from inside a closet. She locked herself inside the closet, terrified because she heard gunshots, called her mom, said, "Mom, you need to get down here immediately." We also spoke to another mother. She says her daughter was in the actual classroom where the shooting occurred. She says her daughter called her after calling 911, and she said that the victim was laying on the ground in a pool of blood right next to her, bleeding out. Now, the daughter told the mother, this is reported, that there were two victims. The boy laying next.
And we've lost Christine Dinh right there. We apologize for that. We'll try to bring her back in just a moment. But as you just saw, let's pop that back up there. We do have a statement from Congressman Kevin McCarthy. Just a short while ago, he released this comment on this situation. As we say, it's still unfolding, saying he's deeply saddened and troubled by news of the shooting today in Taft. Kevin went on to say, Judy and I offer our prayers to the victims, their family, and the entire Taft community. That coming from Congressman Kevin McCarthy. Once again, the shooting on the Taft High School campus reported at about 9 o'clock this morning. One student, we have knowledge and confirmation, one student shot, airlifted to KMC. The suspect was another student. This is what the Sheriff's Department, the only information they're confirming at this hour. One other student was a suspect. That's person in custody. A weapon has been recovered, and it did take place at the Science Building at Taft High School. We've got Christine Dinh back right now. Let's go back out to her live and join her once again with more on. Christine, you were explaining what some of the callers were telling their parents from inside the school.
That's right. One student called her mother from inside a locked closet. She locked herself in there, terrified, not knowing what to do. Then we spoke to another mother who said her daughter called her as she was literally laying next to the victim, who was in a pool of blood, as she described. The girl was frantic, saying, "Mom, my friend's been shot. The teacher's been shot. I don't know what to do." That girl fortunately called 911 before calling her mother. Now, the kids that called their parents that we spoke to are all okay. Right now, they're all locked down. It's unknown where they're at right now, but those kids that did call their parents that we spoke to are okay. They're just terrified because of what they saw and what they heard. Like I said, the mom whose daughter was actually in the classroom when it happened says a classmate of hers was shot along with a teacher. We had those names, but we're working on confirming their identities right now. The Sheriff's Office is setting up for a press conference that will happen shortly. Once we find out, we'll send it back to you guys. Live at Taft High School, I'm Christine Dinh. Back to you.
Christine, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Okay. There you are, Christine. Any word on when parents are able to reunite with their kids? Have you seen that happening yet?
No, not yet. There is a long line of parents wrapped around an adjacent school waiting to pick up their kids. There's parents in tears. There's kids running out to their parents. It's a little chaotic right now, as you may imagine.
All right. Very good. Christine, we have video, and we're showing it right now. We have live pictures here of that line you're speaking about, of the parents slowly being reunited, and not just Taft High School, but some of the adjoining schools also on lockdown as well. Do you have any more on that?
No, right now, I believe the Sheriff's Office is just going through proper protocol. They're locking schools down. I believe they're going classroom to classroom, checking each one to make sure everyone is okay, that the classrooms are empty, that there is no threat. So right now, they're just going through proper protocol to make sure everyone who is around is safe.
And Christine, one last question for you. We've heard that Hall Ambulance, Taft Police, Kern County Sheriff's on scene. Have you seen anything else? Have you seen FBI? Have you seen SWAT? Is any other enforcement there?
Well, right now, a lot of what I see is media and officers and deputies wearing bulletproof vests. It's too soon to say everyone is at the crime scene right now. Everyone is taped off, so it's difficult to see very far.
Okay.
But yes, there are plenty of officers and deputies. There's a helicopter hovering above that's been circling for the last hour or so. So there's a lot of activity going on.
All right, Christine, one other thing, and I don't want you to speculate, but you saying that you had spoken with a couple of the parents of their students. Did any of them mention what happened after the shooting? Has anyone said anything to the effect of what the shooter did? Did he just walk out of the classroom? Anything like that?
According to what the daughter who was in the classroom when it happened, she says that the shooter did shout a couple phrases. We're not going to release that just yet because it's unconfirmed, but he did shout a couple phrases before firing. After that, the students hung up after speaking to the parents, and the parents have not heard back from them. They've tried repeatedly to call the students, but they have not heard back.
Now, Christine, you said that some students text or called their parents. Do you know if the school itself had any kind of system that alerted parents to this, or was it all through the students?
No, we have not spoken to school officials yet.
Okay.
And as far as the students being evacuated, we heard initial reports that they were being shuttled to the auditorium. The parents were being gathered out at the football field. Obviously, we can see parents now, but it's hard to disseminate whether these are parents of high school kids or parents of junior high and elementary school kids that we're looking at live pictures of right now. Have you heard anything else that would help us alert parents who might be on their way out there? If high school parents, are they being sent to the football field or to that line that we see?
I do not know right now because there's so much traffic going on. All we could say is if you are a parent coming down to the area, drive slowly and cautiously. There are parents and children running all over the streets. You do not want to hit anyone while trying to go and pick up your child.
Now, Christine, I mean, this is less than a month after the horrible massacre over in Sandy Hook, or Newtown, Connecticut, I should say. The parents that you've spoken with or that you talked with over the phone, have their emotions been, how has that played into this?
Well, the mother whom I spoke to, who had the daughter in the classroom as the shooting occurred, she was frantic. She was in tears. When I interviewed her, she choked up. She said that this shouldn't be happening. And the father I spoke to said, when you have a shooting like Connecticut or anywhere else in the country, then you can start to hear of copycats. And he feels that this may have been a copycat situation. And this shouldn't happen, not to these kids who are still so innocent, he said.
All right, very good. Christine Dinh reporting to us live from the scene in Taft right now. We're going to let her get back to what she has been doing. Once again, we have one confirmed, one possible second shooting victim. The one confirmed, a student. The Sheriff's Department has confirmed that. We have several reports right now indicating that a teacher in that same science building was also hit by gunfire. The severity of those wounds have not been reported, but one person has been airlifted to KMC, and we showed that as well.
And we also did hear that that they believe it was a shotgun. They have recovered a gun. Again, the suspect in custody, and they will have a press conference at noon. We'll also be bringing you that, but we're hoping to gather more information before that even comes along. Let's switch gears now and send things over to 23 ABC's Elaine.